Both teams will shake hands here ahead of today's contest here between the Falcons and the Bulldogs. Today will be the 21st all-time meeting here between Concordia, Wisconsin and Adrian. The Falcons lead the series with a 17-3 record, with the Birds beating the Bulldogs in Buffalo on March 12th, 217.59 to 169.63. Falcons looking to improve to 5-0 on the season here. And the Bulldogs looking to improve to 500, 1-2 on the season here as we take a gander at the Concordia huddle here ahead of today's contest here between the Bulldogs and the Falcons.
Pyramid, toss, and tumbling. The skills for the compulsory event represent the basic
Falcons wearing the blue tops, blue bottoms, Falcons across the back with Concordia across the chest. And the Bulldogs wearing the gray tops, gray bottoms, gold numbering there for the Dogs.
For strong body positions, 3-second holds, stability of structures, continuity of skills.
So we are ready to get rolling here with the compulsory event. The season high for the Falcons was 32.65 point against Trine here inside the Arjan Booth Fieldhouse on February 23. Adrian here. That was Adrian there in the compulsory acro event. A look at some happy dogs there on the bench. So the Falcons will start up here with the compulsory acro. 8.10 is the high water mark there that they had against Trine. And then they had 7.8 against Buffalo State, and then 7.25 against Calvin.
Next in the compulsory acro heat will be Concordia, Wisconsin.
A clean routine there for the Falcons in the acro heat there of the compulsory event. As we look at the Concordia bench there, swaying after a successful acro heat. So that brings up the pyramid. Falcons have a season best score of 24.9. That also happened against Trine. They had 23.25 at Buffalo State and then 23.75 against Calvin. For the Bulldogs here, they have a 10-point start value. Allison Fletcher, Alessandra Gigolotti, and then Sarah Kozel, Chloe Miller, Taryn Petrie, Sierra Jones, Emily Holdcraft, Jessica Justa, Veronica Kozel, Jersey Wilson, Marissa Manley, Olivia Hudson, and then Keely Pfeiffer on these for the Bulldogs. Good crowd trickling in here. An earlier start here today, 5 o'clock Central Time.
Next,
people getting out of work.
pyramid heat.
But
First
here
up
come
in
the Bulldogs.
Pyramid heat will be Adrian.
Solid performance there for the Dogs. High fives all around there as they make it back to Brittany Newsom in her first season with the Bulldogs. So that brings up the Falcons here. Competing for the Falcons here in the compulsory pyramid, Alexis Feifel, Jaden Vale, Ellen Marie Sanders, Amanda Owens, Maria Bentoncourt, Grace Parton, Jessica Gardner, Masnar, Ainsley Taylor, Emma Pollock, Gabby Dixon, Kadia Sanders, and Elena Schrader.
Next in the compulsory pyramid heat will be Concordia, Wisconsin.
Here come the Falcons here in the compulsory pyramid with a 10-point start value. Hugs all around there for the Birdies. Another solid performance there. A nice little leap in the air there from freshman Jenna Gardner there, the freshman top from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Excitement in the air there for the blue and white. Kate Lowry doing a great job at the helm of the Concordia, Wisconsin program. Off to a perfect 4-0 start. And a great hire here for the Falcons She's done great things with the program and will continue to do great things as well. Student athletes love her. And she's a great co-worker as well to be working with. And it helps that she puts the Falcons at 4-0.
Is the toss. First up in the compulsory toss will be
Here
Adrian.
comes Adrian in the compulsory toss. Here, Taryn Petrie, Sarah Kozel, Jessica Justa, Emily Holdcraft, Olivia Hudson, Ainsley Fletcher, Jersey Wilson, Leslie Gigliotti, Marissa Manley, and Brenna Kozel. Great performance there for Adrian. Both these teams doing really well here in the compulsory. For the Falcons in the compulsory toss, Alexis Feifel, Amanda Owens, Maria Bencourt, Ainsley Taylor, Elena Schrader, my apologies, Jenna Gardner, Gabby Dixon, Katia Sanders, Ellen Marie Sanders, Daviana Lund, and then Emily Ruka. Falcons had a 9.7 against Trine here in the compulsory toss. An 8.45 at Buffalo State, and then they bounced back with a 9.35 against the Calvin Knights last Thursday here inside the R. John Boog Fieldhouse.
Next in the compulsory toss will be
We
Concordia,
welcome
Wisconsin.
the Falcons onto the mat. Solid outing there for Concordia. Now we'll bring up the final compulsory event in the tumbling. Sarah Kozel out there for the Bulldogs. She's joined by number 10, Allison Fletcher, and then Jessica Justa, and then number 30, Alessandra Gigliotti. As the Bulldogs wait to hit the mat here.
The final heat of the compulsory event will be the tumbling heat. First up in the compulsory tumbling heat will be Adrian.
Here come the Bulldogs. And there's Adrian finishing up the compulsory. A solid round there for the black and gold of Adrian. Fist pumps all around there for the Bulldogs. So for the Falcons here, rounding out with an 8-point start value, Alexis Feifel, Gabby Dixon, Jaden Vale, Ainsley Taylor, Ellen Marie Sanders, Kadia Sanders, Madison Art, and then Anna Kickbush. A special thanks to all those who helped get these contests off the ground here so far this year. Matt Menzel, during the previous 2 broadcasts here on the Falcon Athletic Network, we're really grateful for his great work that he does, a true professional. And then Patrick Cassidy, the Assistant Director of Athletic Communication, doing a real great job of helping run the meets here this season. He made it back just in the nick of time after the Concordia men's lacrosse team buried Northland today. The Falcons took a 23-4 victory over Northland.
Next in the compulsory tumbling heat will be Concordia,
Season
Wisconsin.
high of 5:45 for Concordia here in compulsory tumbling. And that will do it here for the compulsory event. As the Falcons, like we said earlier,
While we're waiting,
season high 32.65 points. They're in the compulsory. As we wait for it, the Bulldogs will be led in the 5-element heat by Emily Holdcraft, Marissa Manley, Brianna Kozel, and then Sarah Kozel. As we look at the Falcons there after the compulsory event.
Heat 1 has 5 elements. Heat 2 has 6 elements and is synchronized. And Heat 3 has 7
Falcons
elements.
with a season best score of 24.9 points in the acro event. That had taken place against Trine at Buffalo State. They had 23.25. And then at Calvin, they had a little tick upwards with 23.75 points.
And balance.
All right, let's take a look at some of the scores here from the compulsory. In the acro heat, the Bulldogs coming up with 6.7 points. The Falcons with 7.4. In the pyramid heat, 8.8 for the Dogs, 9.0 for Concordia, Wisconsin. The toss heat saw 6.7 points for Adrian. And the Falcons recording 9.05 points. Rounding out the tumbling heat, 3.15 for Adrian. And then 5.5, a new season high score for the Falcons in the tumbling heat, which leads to 25.35 points for Adrian and 30.95 for Concordia, Wisconsin here after the compulsory.
The scores are in for the compulsory event. In the acro heat, Adrian, 6.7. CW, 7.40. In the pyramid heat, Adrian, 8.8. CUW, 9.00. In the toss heat, Adrian, 6.7. CUW, 9.05. In the tumbling heat, Adrian, 3.15. CUW, 5.50. Event total, Adrian, 25.35. CUW, 30.95. Now it's time to begin the acro event. The first heat will be the 5 element. Up first, with a start value of 8.50, Adrian.
Adrian starts us off here with a start value of 8.50 in the 5 element heat. High fives all around there for the Bulldogs. In the 5 element heat for the Falcons, Emily Ruka, Anna Kickbush, Jaden Vale, Ainsley Taylor with a start value of 9.4. Falcons will be back in action here this weekend as they travel to Indiana to take on the Trine Thunder. That will be Sunday at 1 o'clock, and then a fun road trip out to Augustana in South Dakota, that taking place on Saturday the 29th. And in April, they will head to Buffalo on April 10th for the NCATA Division III Invitational.
Next, the start value of 9.40, Concordia, Wisconsin.
Good performance there for the Falcons. For the Bulldogs, after this, next Wednesday, they will host Calvin in a Mitten State matchup. And then that will be at Calvin. I believe that's going to be Calvin's first home event. And then trying on Senior Day for the Bulldogs on the 22nd of March. And the Bulldogs will join the Falcons at the NCATA Division III Invitational. The Falcons won the first ever in the 2022 season. That took place in Adrian, Michigan. And then the last two have been won by University of Mary Hardin Baylor. 2023 taking place at University of Mary Hardin Baylor. And then the Falcons hosted that last year.
8.55, Adrian.
Here comes Adrian with an 8.55 start value. Bulldogs there in the 6th element with Allison Fletcher, Jersey Wilson, Alessandra Iglotti, Emily Holdcraft, Jessica Justa, and then Olivia Hudson with Sarah Kozel. As we are serenaded here by Shania Twain. Some early 2000s Shania Twain at that. Falcons will field Riley Binley, Amanda Owens, Kadia Sanders, Grace Parton, Jenna Gardner, Gabby Dixon, Ellen Marie Sanders, Lena Schrader, and then Emma Pavlik. In the 6th element here, Falcons with an 8.3 start value here. Slightly lower than the Bulldogs, 8.55 they had here in the 6th element. Bulldogs will have 2 home contests here this year against Calvin and then Trine.
8.30, Concordia, Wisconsin.
Here come the Falcons. There we go, Falcons. A special thank you to Avery Supernand on our camera today. A fantastic camera woman. We're a little bit short-staffed here. A lot of practices going on. Most of our office being student athletes, so they're either competing or practicing right now. So we're a little short-staffed here today, but you know, it's sometime like that. Running production truck and the broadcast here as we wrap up the acro event here with Heat 3, the 7-element heat here for the Bulldogs. They'll have Allison Fletcher, Karen Petrie, and then Alessandra Iglotti.
Up first, Heat 3 of this event will be the 7-element.
This will be a 9.3 start value for Adrian College. Great routine there for the Bulldogs to round out the acro event here for the silver and gold here of Adrian College. And that's one of the more fun things about this sport here is the positivity all around here. Every team cheering on every team. So the Falcons here in Heat 3. Season high of 9.1 that took place here inside the booth against Shrine, and then an 8.55 at Buffalo State, and an 8.75 against those Calvin Knights. Alexis Feifel, Amanda Owens, Ellen Marie Sanders, Madison Arndt on this for the Birdies. Coach Nelson giving one last pump up here to the 7-element heat.
Next, the start value of 10.00, Concordia, Wisconsin.
10-point start value here for Concordia. And the Falcons wrap up the acro event here. High fives all around for the Birds as that sends us to the pyramid event. We'll take a quick break here as the officials tally up the scores here from the Acrobatics.
The pyramid event will be our final event in the first half. In the pyramid event, athletes will build 3 layers in a structure. The start value of each heat is determined by the difficulty in the combination of the entry, structure, and dismount. The pyramid event has 3 different heats with different requirements for each heat. Heat 1 must have an inversion. The scores are in for the acro heat. In the 5-element heat, Adrian, 7.500.
All right, let's take a look here at the scores here from the acro heat for the Bulldogs here in the 5-element. 7.55, 8.64 Concordia. In the 6-element, 6 points here for Adrian, 7.2 for Concordia, Wisconsin. And solid score of 8.25 for the Bulldogs in the 7-element, and an 8.35 for Concordia, Wisconsin. Adrian has 21.8 points there in the acro, and then Concordia, Wisconsin finishing with 24.15. The Bulldogs now have 47.15 points, and Concordia, Wisconsin with 55.1 after the acro.
Adrian, 47.150. CW, 55.100. It is now time for Pyramid Heat 1, the inversion pyramid. Up first with the start value of 9.50, Adrian.
So Adrian up here with the inversion pyramid, 9.5 start value. Solid start there to the pyramid for Adrian. Alessandra Gigliotti, Sarah Kozel, Allison Fletcher, Taryn Petrie, Olivia Hudson, and then Marissa Manley and Jessica Justa there in Pyramid Heat 1 with a 9.5 start value. For the Falcons here in Pyramid 1, Alexis Feifel, Amanda Owens, Masnart, Ainsley Taylor, Maria Betancourt, Jaden Vale, and Gabby Dixon.
9.80, Concordia, Wisconsin.
9.80 start value here for Concordia. A little tumble there at the end thereafter for Maria, but look at that jump there. That's sheer athleticism there. As the Falcons are joyous there on the sideline, holding on to a 55.1 to 47.15 lead here over the Bulldogs. Falcons had a season-high score in the 5-element acro heat with an 8.6. The previous high had been 8.1.
It's now time for Pyramid Heat 2, the synchronized pyramid.
Synchronized pyramid now here for the Bulldogs with 9.2.
Adrian.
Emily Holdcraft, Jessica Justa, Jersey Wilson, Olivia Hudson, Marissa Manley, Brianna Kozel, Allison Fletcher, Alessandra Gigliotti, Sarah Kozel, Chloe Miller, Taryn Petrie, and then Marley Young there on Pyramid 2 there for the Dogs. Concordia will have a perfect 10-point start value here in the synchronized pyramid. Falcons will throw out Alexis Feifel, Jaden Vale, Ellen Marie Sanders, Grace Parton, Katia Sanders, Emily Ruka, Madison Arndt, Amanda Owens, Ainsley Taylor, and Anna Kickbush, and Elena Schrader.
Next, with the start value of 10.00, Concordia, Wisconsin.
Hugs all around there for the Falcons as they head to the open pyramid. Bulldogs will have an 8.8 start value here in the open pyramid with Emily Holdcraft, Jersey Wilson, Brianna Kozel, Marissa Manley, Olivia Hudson, Jessica Justa, and then Alessandra Gigliotti.
Up first with the start value of 8.80, Adrian.
So that brings the Falcons up here with the open pyramid. For the Falcons here in the open pyramid, Alexis Feifel, Jaden Vale, Amanda Owens, Ellen Marie Sanders, Madison Arndt, and Gabby Dixon. Falcons had a high score of 9.55, a season high against Calvin on Thursday last week, and then they had 9.45 and then a 9.40 against Trine. So consistent bunch there for the Birds.
Value of 10.00, Concordia, Wisconsin.
And that will do it here for the pyramid. A solid outing here so far for Concordia, Wisconsin, and the Bulldogs of Adrian College. We'll take a break here as we have hit halftime here inside the R. John Boog Fieldhouse. The Falcons holding on to an early lead through 2, but anything can happen here in the wild world of NCATA, acrobatics, and tumbling. We'll take a break and we'll break down the stats here
Introduction of the
on the Fan.
Toss a teammate into the
And welcome back here. A few minutes left in halftime as we head into the toss event. The Bulldogs will have an 8.8 start value here in the 450 salto.
These groups should look exactly alike and be in sync. The start value of the toss
Falcons so far on the year with a season best score in the toss with 25.05 points. That took place against Shrine. They had 23.25 against Buffalo State and then 24.75. They're coming off the season best score against Calvin, though, in the Heat 1. As the Bulldogs will be led out here in Heat 1 with Allison Fletcher, Alessandra Gigliotti, Jersey Wilson, Taryn Petrie, Marissa Manley, and then Keely Pfeiffer. So the scoring update, I don't know if that was just a mispronounce, but Adrian has an 8.00 in the open pyramid. Bulldogs with an 8.8 start value. The Falcons will have a 9.4 here in the 450 salto. As the clock officially hits 0 here at halftime, we're ready to get rolling here.
Starts now. The first heat of the toss event will be the 450 salto toss. Up first with a start value of 8.80, Adrian.
Solid start to the toss here for Adrian. So the Falcons will have on the mat in the 450 salto Alexis Feifel, Maria Betancourt, Amanda Owens, Ainsley Taylor, Elena Schrader, and then Madison Arndt. Falcons get ready to get onto the mat. So Adrian will not be fielding a team event. So the Falcons really just cruising here against Adrian. But you'll see how much you can get, and every point counts, especially for seeding for the NCATA Division III Invitational. That'll take place in April. Scoring average playing a key role in the seeding for that tournament. Last year, the Falcons were the 3 seed.
9.40, Concordia, Wisconsin.
Here come the Falcons with a 9.40 start value. Good routine there for the Falcons. Now time for the synchronized toss here. Adrian will have Allison Fletcher, Alessandra Gigliotti, Jersey Wilson, Brianna Kozel, Marissa Manley, Taryn Petrie, Sarah Kozel, Jessica Justa, Emily Holdcraft, and Olivia Hudson. An 8.65 start value for Adrian and an 8.8 start value for Concordia, Wisconsin. Falcons had a season best score of 8.05. That taking place against Trine. They had a 7-3 at Buffalo State, 7-6 against Calvin. As the Bulldogs wait to make it onto the map.
Heat 2 of this event is the synchronized
They are
toss.
allowed on right now.
Up first with the start value of 8.65, Adrian.
Good routine there for Adrian. For the Falcons here in the synchronized toss, Alexis Feifel, Maria Betancourt, Amanda Owens, Ainsley Taylor, Elena Schrader, Jenna Gardner, Gabby Dixon, Kadia Sanders, Ellen Marie Sanders, Daviana Lund, and Emily Baruka for the blue and white. Synchronized toss has been the low water mark so far for the Falcons. Falcons have scored 8 or more in 5 of the 6 other heats so far on the year. Lone outlier there, the 7-6 in Heat 3 against Buffalo State, that being a 7-6. But the Falcons look to prove something here inside the Book. Solid there for Concordia. So that leaves the open toss here for the Bulldogs and the Falcons. Adrian with an 8.65 start value, 8.8 for the Falcons. Adrian will send Taryn Petrie, Sarah Kozel, Jessica Justa, Olivia Hudson, Emily Holtcraft, and then Marissa Manley to the mat here for the final heat of the toss event. Falcons had an 8.25 season best score here. The open toss against Trine, 7.6 at Buffalo State, and an 8.2 against Calvin. But here come those Bulldogs.
Adrian.
That will be the toss here for Adrian. And the open open toss for Concordia, Anna Kickbush, Gabby Dixon, Madison Arndt, Ellen Marie Sanders, Anna Pollock, and then Emily Ruka rounding out the lineup there for the blue and white here, as we look to put a bow here on the toss event. Most points in the toss so far for Concordia, 25.05 performance. That once again against Trine. Trine was a lot of the high water marks so far on the season for Concordia, Wisconsin. They had a 23.25 against Buffalo State and a 24.75 against the Calvin University Knights. Athletic training party here. There's a good chunk of the athletic training staff here rooting on the Falcons as well. Bachneck, the trainer for the Concordia, Wisconsin Acrobatics and Tumbling program. 3 other trainers in attendance. I think there was 4 at halftime. Falcons cheering on Falcons as we wrap up the toss here with the open toss for Concordia, Wisconsin. And that does it here for the toss event. We'll take a quick commercial break here while the judges do their final tallies here from the toss as we head to tumbling here on the fan. Nice look at the bluff there as we take a look at the Falcon bench there after that commercial. Stay tuned to CUWFalcons.com to see the recap of tonight's events, as Patrick Cassidy will break down the beatdown of Northland for men's lacrosse, and I will have this recap here between the Falcons and the Bulldogs. If you aren't already doing so, follow CUW Falcons on all the social medias, on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, X, and TikTok. Active Concordia, Wisconsin bench getting ready for their team event. Still waiting for the scores to roll in from the toss. A fun schedule so far here for the Falcons. 4-0, looking to improve to 5-0 before 2 rough road trips, well, tough road trips to Trine and Augustana. You know the Thunder will want to beat the Falcons. A close one there to start off the season, as the Falcons took a 228.175 victory to 223.03. That one came down to the team event. A few falls for Trine as they kept trying to chip away at the lead. Microphone was quieted a little bit. So in the 450 salto, 7.55 for the Bulldogs, 8.3 for Concordia, Wisconsin. In the synchronized toss, 7.55 once again for the Bulldogs. For the Falcons, 8.0. And then in the open toss, 5.9 for the Bulldogs, 7.8 for the Falcons. So a solid performance there. And 21 points on the nose for the Bulldogs in the toss, and 24.1 for Concordia, Wisconsin, leading to 92.8 points for Adrian and 106.45 for Concordia, Wisconsin.
CUW 106.450.
So we're ready for the tumbling event now with the duo pass.
Up first with a start value of 8.00 is number 5, Sarah Kozel, and number 3, Alessandra Giglotti.
Giglotti and Kozel, as you see the wave there for the Adrian fans. And a solid start there for Adrian. High fives all around as they trickle back here to the Adrian side, and they get high fives all along. That was an 8-point start value there for the Bulldogs. The Falcons will have an 8.75 start value here in the duo pass. Ainsley Taylor and Ellen Marie Sanders on the duo pass here for Concordia, Wisconsin. They're coming off a season best score of 7.4 in the duo against Calvin, starting off the year with a 7.05 against Trine and a 7.20 against Buffalo State and Adrian.
Next, with the start value of 8.75, Concordia, Wisconsin. Number 15, Ainsley Taylor, and number 17, Ellen Marie Sanders.
Falcons start things off here. The trio pass, Jessica Justa, Alessandra Giglotti, and then Allison Fletcher for the Bulldogs. They'll have a 6.75 start value.
The first heat, now we move on to the trio pass. Up first with the start value of 6.75, Adrian. Number 11, Jessica Justa. Number 30, Alessandra Giglotti. And number 10, Allison Fletcher.
Another solid outing here in the tumbling for the Bulldogs after landing that trio pass. That brings up the Falcons here. Alexis Feifel, Kadia Sanders is joined by Madison Arndt. Falcon bench getting excited for this one. 6.15 was the season high mark taking place against Adrian at Buffalo State. 6 flat at comes Trine, and then 6.10 against Calvin.
Next, with the start value of 7.25, Concordia, Wisconsin. Number 8, Lexi Feifel. Number 22, Kadia Sanders. And number 33, Madison Arndt.
As the Falcons stick that, and hugs all around after that. And it brings up the quad pass here. Adrian will have Allison Fletcher, Sarah Kozel, Jessica Justa, and then Alessandra Gigliotti on the quad. Starting with a 6.75 start value for both teams.
The final heat of the synchronized passes will be the quad pass. Up first with the start value of 6.75, Adrian. Number 10, Allison Fletcher. Number 5, Sarah Kozel. Number 11, Jessica Justice. And number 30, Alessandra Gigliotti.
High fives all around for the Dogs. Another quality pass there for the black and gold of Adrian. As the training of high fives and the quad there for Adrian. Falcons will go with Riley Binley, Gabby Dixon, Jenna Gardner, and Anna Kickbush here in the quad pass. Riley Binley, a dual sport athlete, also a member of Sam Cheslo's field hockey team. A lot of dual sport athletes here at Concordia University, Wisconsin. .55 was the season high for the Falcons at Buffalo State.
Wisconsin. Number 12, Riley Binley. Number 10, Gabby Dixon. Number 5, Jenna Gardner. And number 20, Anna Kickbush.
High fives there. As we will go to the singular passes now with the aerial pass, the 6-element pass, and the open pass there as the Falcons celebrate there. Adrian will have Alessandra Gigliotti here on the aerial pass. She will head into the aerial with an 8.35 start value. For the Falcons in the aerial, Ainsley Taylor. Ainsley will have a 7.65 start value here for the Falcons of Concordia University, Wisconsin.
We will now head into the individual tumbling passes. First will be the aerial pass. Up first with a start value of 8.35, Adrian. Number 30, Alessandra Gigliotti.
Great start there to singular passes there for the Bulldogs. So we take a look here at Ainsley Taylor from the greatest of all states, Michigan. Allentown, Michigan, the pride of West Michigan. A former Caledonia Fighting Scot.
Next with a start value of 7.65, Concordia, Wisconsin, number 15, Ainsley Taylor.
Double high five there from Kate Lowry. She heads to the tunnel. Her work is done until the team event. And that brings up the 6 element pass here for the Bulldogs. Allison Fletcher will take this here for the black and gold. Allison, a senior from Chesterfield, Michigan. Another Michigander here on these passes. Fifteen student athletes for Adrian from Michigan. And 2 for Concordia.
The in the tumbling event is the 6 element pass.
7.25
start value of 7.25, Adrian.
for Fletcher.
Number 10, Allison Fletcher.
Stuck that one here. Smiles there for Allison. As that brings up Ellen Marie Sanders for the Falcons from the great state of Maryland. Ellen Marie Sanders with an 8-point start value here for Concordia, Wisconsin. We are serenaded by the sweet sounds of Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, as we wait for the 6 element.
8.00, Concordia, Wisconsin, number 17, Ellen Marie Sanders.
And Ellen Marie Sanders doing what she does best. Sticking the landing there. A sensational 6 element pass there for Concordia, Wisconsin. And that brings up Sarah Kozel for Concordia, for Adrian, my apologies, here in the open passes. We see the high fives there. As we listen to some Sweet Caroline here, I'll shut up for Neil Diamond. An 8-point start value for both of these open passes.
Up first with a start value of 8.00, Adrian. Number 5, Sarah Kozel.
High fives all around for the last event and last heat of the day for the Bulldogs. They will not be competing in the team event, but that will bring up the open pass for Kadia Sanders. 7.625 is the season high score for the Falcons here in the open pass.
Next, with a start value of 8.00, Concordia, Wisconsin, number 22, Katia Sanders.
And a cherry on top of that Sunday for the tumbling event here for Concordia, Wisconsin. As one last tunnel as we will prepare for the team event. Once again, Adrian will not be competing in the team event, but we will be back for the team event here for the Falcons after a quick commercial break from our corporate sponsors here. Let's see what commercial I'll pick out here for our commercial sponsors. Why not Concordia? And welcome back here to the booth. We are getting ready here for the scores from tumbling. So we can do the Adrian scores right now in the duo pass, a 7.45, a 5.05 in the trio pass, 2.80 in the quad pass, 7.7 in the aerial pass, in the 6-element pass is 7.05, and the 7.475 for the Bulldogs here in the open for 37.525 performance there in the tumbling, which brings their meet total to 130.325. For the Falcons in the duo pass, a 5.45, in the trio 6.45, a 5.2 in the quad pass, a 6.95 in the aerial pass, 7.3 in the 6-element, and 7.75 in the open pass for 39.1 points, which elevates the Falcons to 145.550. Bring up the team event here. So the Falcons so far on the year, their season best score in the team event is 78.25. That was against Trine, 71.74 at Buffalo State, and then 70.14 against Calvin. Adrian will not be doing the team event, so we will go right to the Falcons here.
CUW 6.450. In the quad heat, Adrian 2.800. Concordia 5.200.
So season high score in the trio pass for Concordia, Wisconsin.
7.700. CUW 6.950.
And in the open pass as well. So the Falcons with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 season best scores so far heading into the team event.
In the open heat, Adrian 7.475. CUW 7.750. Event total, Adrian.
So the Falcons holding on to a lead here entering the team event.
39.100.
As the Falcons will wait to take the floor here.
325. CUW 145.550. Now for the final event with this start value of 9.49. Please welcome to the floor the Concordia University, Wisconsin Falcons.
And the team event there for the Falcons there as they close out this competition here against the Adrian College Bulldogs. An exhausted but happy bunch of birds here after their third and final home contest and their fifth contest of the year. The Falcons will improve to 5-0 on the season. Adrian falls to 1-3 officially here. One of three contests here inside the NCATA. Quinnipiac is at Limestone, and then Kutztown is at Georgian Court. But like we said earlier,
Congratulations to all competitors today.
so far 5 season best scores for the Falcons. And we'd like to thank the Concordia senior class as well. This will be their last competition here inside the R. John Book Fieldhouse. Amanda Owens, Lexi Feifel, Ellen Marie Sanders, Miranda Maciejewski, and then Madison Arndt. The senior class here of 2025. They've done great things. They've been through a lot here as the Falcons going through the coaching change here. Sarah Koenig moving out to Washington, and Coach Caitlin Lowry coming in and doing a fantastic job with that. But these seniors have done a lot, and they've helped this program grow. Members of that 2022 NCATA Division III champions team. And once again, we'll give shout outs to Matt Menzel, giving the broadcast here for the first 2 contests of the season. He couldn't be here today. He had men's lacrosse. Patrick Cassidy, the Assistant Director of Athletic Communications, doing a fantastic job running this show against Calvin. And Supernan on camera once again tonight as we wait for the team event score to come in. 90.49 start value here for Concordia, Wisconsin. Bulldogs finishing with 130.325 points. Falcons waiting for their team events to score to come in. A lot of season left here for the Falcons. 2 road trips to wrap up the regular season. To Angola, Indiana on Sunday at Trine, and then they wrap up March in the great state of South Dakota. A fun road trip out to Augustana. 2 o'clock start on March 29th. And then the Falcons fly back to Buffalo for the NCATA Division III Invitational. And if they can qualify anyone, the NCATA Championships will take place in Sioux Falls, South Dakota on April 24th through 27th, hosted by our friends at Augustana. So the Falcons finished with 68.34 points to finish the contest here with 213.890 points.
68.340. Adrian's final score is 130.325.
So for everyone here on the Falcon Athletic Network, thank you for watching today's broadcast. We'll be back for the 2026 season here on the Falcon Athletic Network. And until next time, go Falcons!
We thank you for attending today's meet. Please drive home safely. Have a good night.